I'm Linda Mae, and I'm a reader for Crystal Magic Psychic Center here in beautiful Sedona, Arizona. And I'm here today to talk to you about this new moon period that we are beginning on Sunday, September 21st at 12:54 p.m. Arizona time, which is still Pacific Daylight Time at this point. So do adjust your times accordingly depending on where you are. This also represents the end of one lunar cycle and the beginning of another. And astrologically, it means that both the sun and the moon are in the same sign. And this is very interesting. On September 21st, they are both still in the sign of Virgo at 12:54 p.m., although the sun enters Libra just 2 hours later at 2:41 p.m. So it's only in Virgo. It's the very, very last degrees of Virgo. And we did have a new moon in Virgo at the beginning of the month. This one happens to be the second new moon in Virgo this year. So the new moon is usually a time of new beginnings, and as we mentioned during the last Virgo new moon, this time emphasizes a level of groundedness, order, clarity, as well as healthiness, and it's a great time to do some decluttering. That's just typical Virgo energy. Now, this new moon in Virgo brings in new stories that will be in our lives for a long time. New jobs, new family ties, new alliances. This is partially due to the fact that it's also a solar eclipse, which serves as a powerful opportunity to make such new alliances. It's a time to align our daily routines with our deepest values and shed outdated beliefs, and get a renewed sense of clarity and freedom. So this one, you know, it's a little bit different than the full moon that we had, and then the last Virgo, because it's just there's a lot more going on active-wise in the heavens. So one of the most significant aspects of this particular new moon started on September 19th, and it's when Venus also enters Virgo, and that's like really interesting. So that's Venus, the planet of love and kindness and happiness and all that, is basically aligning with the sun and the moon, which is great. But then it squares Uranus in Gemini a day later. But what that does is Uranus is quick changes, so this does open you to new ideas and a spirit of discovery, which will go right in alignment with the new jobs, times, family ties, new alliances, all the things I talked about a minute ago. So a bit after the new moon, on September 23rd, the sun opposes Neptune, and then it trines Uranus and Pluto on the 24th. So we do have quite a few aspects happening right around this solar eclipse. Mars also squared Pluto on the 24th. These aspects can create a bit of disorder and confusion, and some readjustments may be needed, but do so with patience and attention to details. The Pluto-Mars tension brings a need to let go of unnecessary things, which we sort of talked about. That's part of the Virgo energy anyway. Health issues may also be a focus of this time, also a Virgo type of thing. And then it's a really good time, and we've mentioned this before too, it's just this time of year is a good time to let go of attachments that no longer serve you so that you can plant seeds for something new. It's really an important time to do that. Then the moon squares Saturn on September 28th and 29th, which may bring challenges with others, so do be aware of that. And then on the 30th, the moon opposes Jupiter, which also brings in productivity and a perfect time to work on new projects. So it sort of like helps you with the challenges, like it's just a couple days later. So you got all these challenges, but then all of a sudden you get this beautiful Jupiter energy that's like really helping out that whole situation. Then on October 2nd, which is, you know, just the beginning of October, the moon squares Mars, which actually will aid in communications, ironically, you know, because it's just putting it together in a way that it actually can help communications to be better. And I will tell you more about these kinds of aspects right before the full moon, which is on October 6th. So very, very interesting astrological new moon coming up for sure. You know, this is really amazing. So we are now we're moving into the season of autumn. Actually, by the time this is posted, it will be, not quite, but then by the moon, basically autumn is the day after the next new moon. So we're moving into the season of autumn. The autumn equinox is known as the second harvest festival. It signifies the end of the harvest time, and day and night are equally balanced, similar to the spring equinox, except now the days are getting shorter and the nights are getting longer until the spring equinox of next year. So it's a good time to reflect upon life, to begin a spiritual journal, to record your thoughts and inspirations that might come, because all of those can help you as the days get longer and the light comes in more. So keep that in mind. Now, the Celtic tree calendar, which is based on the moon cycles with the new year beginning at Samhain, October 31st, has the tree for this period of the September moon cycle as reed. And this is also known as broom. When I was learning, this is Celtic tree oracle is also Ogham, and when I was learning Ogham, it was known as broom. But this is from this deck, the Celtic tree oracle, and broom also stands for reed, which is what this is. And it's associated with health and tools for healing, so that's in alignment with things we're talking about. And it also focuses, it's also symbolizing focus, intention, staying on purpose, and also staying in alignment with God Goddess. In other words, our deepest loves and truths. As the harvests are complete, and it's time to start preparing for winter. So that's all part of the preparation for the winter season. And now I'm going to start drawing my cards. So first I'm going to draw from the Druid Animal Oracle, my favorite deck. This is the Druid Animal Oracle deck. And beautiful deep messages, beautiful, wonderful cards. Always have a message that is relevant and helpful. So I tend to use these for most of the readings I do. Okay, we got this recently, so it's time for us to know it again. This is the Raven. And the Raven actually does stand for an initiation process. So just like the last, I think it was the full moon we got the Raven also, just the last full moon. But it does have to do with letting go of things that don't serve you anymore. It's going through the challenges that you need to do so that you can move to a higher state of consciousness. So this is part of what we're doing in this process. So part of the decluttering and all of that is helping to move you to higher states of consciousness. Believe it or not, it does. It really does. So the other thing is, it does mean that we have our ancestors blessing us from the other side through everything, that all the positives and negatives that we're going through in this moon cycle, okay? But the Raven is there, making all kinds of noises in the sky and flying around and swooping down, and they're beautiful, beautiful birds, but basically it is an initiation process. So this is raising us to a whole new level of energy, okay? And now the Druidcraft Tarot, same author, same artist. This tarot deck is also has great messages with the cards. So let's see what comes up. Two of Wands. This is interesting. This is actually about new beginnings in some ways, because the Two of Wands basically stands for a doorway between this world and another world. Okay, so it's interesting. It's almost like he's holding two staves, and the doorway is a doorway between like two ideas or two thoughts or two careers or two whatever you have, and finding that inner balance between them, because the thing that happens is it opens up a whole new way. It's a doorway to a whole new life. So this is part of the new beginnings that I was talking about that are coming. It's like we're starting anew. This is a new moon, so of course that. But also it's moving into, the next phases. It's like what I said before, the new alliances and all that stuff that come with the solar eclipse. So this is kind of in alignment with that. It does also often have to do with finding that inner balance between your spirituality and the way you work in the world. So that's part of that inspiration also, which was sort of what we staying on purpose with God Goddess that we talked about with this card, the reed. So very interesting how this is in alignment. So new beginnings, once again, new doorways opening up, new possibilities coming in. That's what this is about. Do keep that in mind. Okay, now the trees, the whispering woods. Let's see what they have to tell us. The whispering woods is woods. It says, be like the woods, calm, soothing, mysterious, and full of life. So this is a very interesting thing, because calm and full of life you would think would be two different things. Soothing and mysterious. So, but the thing that's cool about that is, you know, it does have to do with us recognizing, like when we're going through the challenges, calm ourselves, okay? When we're not quite sure of what's going on, be patient, allow it to unfold, allow those new doorways to open up. All those challenges are taking us to a whole new level of consciousness. So recognize the beauty and wonder all around you. That's being full of life. Okay, so that's what the Whispering Woods have to say. Now let's see what Sedona Spirit Wind, okay? What is their message for us at this new moon cycle? They're falling out all over the place. Let me see. I'll get this in a more organized way. Interesting. Whoa. Sedona's secret. Look at Sedona's secret. Look at that. Look at the light just shining down into the earth. That says a lot to me. That tells me about what an incredible place Sedona is. And do you know what it says? Sedona's secret. You already know. So it is, I'm saying, look at this card and remember, especially when you're in Sedona, but remember the light that's always shining down upon us, in us, through us, and all around us. It's there. We're the ones that need to notice it. And that's part of raising your consciousness. When you start really raising your consciousness, you begin to understand this more and more. Okay, so what an incredible message. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, now these angels that are coming in to help us with our awakening, the Light Bearers deck. Okay, and what do they have to say? The angel with us right now is actually, again, one that we had before. So this is very interesting, because Archangel Sophia, and this is to love and appreciate yourself is one of the greatest gifts you will ever experience. Do you know, that is so, so true. And I don't think we do appreciate ourselves enough. We tend to put ourselves down. We tend to feel our old wounds, let them get in our way all the time. But when we love and appreciate ourselves, it's one of the greatest gifts we'll ever experience. Heaven knows your value, and each day sings a song of appreciation for you and all that you do. So please know that. Please know that that inner light that's always shining in us does appreciate who we are, does love us. That's who we are. We are pure love and light. So Archangel Sophia is reminding us that that's what we are inside of us, and to appreciate ourselves for all that we do for others. And that's a really wonderful thing. So I do want you to take all of these into your heart, remember them as a theme until the full moon, which is on October 6th, and I will be back probably a week before that to tell you more. And in the meantime, if you would like a psychic reading, be sure to check out crystalmagicpsychiccenter.com. You can, we do walk-ins here, so if you come in, and as long as a reader's available, you can go to a reader. Or if you want to choose somebody specific, you can go to the website and look at all the descriptions of each of the readers and choose the one that calls to you. And so you can schedule readings with me, or any of our other incredible readers here. So just come on by, like I said, because we do walk-ins too. And I do want to wish you blessings of this new moon, and remember, you are always loved.